my first time doing this, so... Okay, yeah, we're live. Very cool. Very cool. I want to make sure I can still see the chat, though. That would be important. Alright. Move this up a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I can move this over a little bit. Oh, it's froze. Okay. Alright, wait. I'll get this. I will get this. There we go. There we go. Because I still want to see... Oh, wait. I can do this. Ah, I can just move the window over. Hey, man. What's going on? Just trying out streaming. Can you see everything okay? Should be able to. I think I got it all set up. I've done this on Twitch a couple times, but I don't think I've ever done this on YouTube. Oh, man. There's the dog. Can I kill it? Yeah, I can kill it. This is like a trip down memory lane, by the way. This used to be my favorite game of all time. I spent my childhood on this, and I was pleased to find Pewdiepies do a video. I'm trying to find a setting here that's very important. Pewdiepies did a video on this, and apparently it was like his favorite game too. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try to do a live stream, show you guys this game. I haven't been on it for years. Where is like the classic control? There, okay. Everything's changed. Like everything on this game is different. Okay, this is TIBIA. This was my main character, which he's only level 30, which is amazing. I've played this game like probably 15 years on and off, and the highest I think I've ever got is 50. And basically that's because this game was so infuriating that I would get to like a high enough level and I would die, and I would be so mad that I died that I would kill my character over and over until I was level 1 again. I would have to like start all over like a few days later when I decided to come back to the game and like regret everything I did. But the nerd rage was real. Yeah. So I'm trying to get a lot of inspiration from this game for the thing that I'm making, the MMO, because there's a lot of really cool features. This game, which is nothing like it used to be. If you watch the video that PewDiePie did, which, by the way, is my title. What's the title of my stream? Somebody tell me, because I want to make sure like all that updated. I don't know. I don't know if it updated or not. It should be like PewDiePie's favorite game. Okay, good. So it updated. That's good. So yeah, PewDiePie said in the video, like, this game's strengths were all of its flaws, because it was so ridiculous the things that you could get away with in this game. Like, anybody can kill anybody. Again, I don't think it's like that anymore. This game's changed so much. They've tried to make it like a 2D version of WoW. Why can't I attack it? There we go. But back in the day, you would literally spend probably 30 hours sometimes just gaining one level, and anybody could kill you at any time, and you would literally lose 30 hours of work within 2 minutes of somebody just killing you. So it was like dying in real life. When you died, like, the nerd rage was for real. It was for real. So I'm going to a place right now, and me and my friends used to come here all the time, and we would actually kill people. And because when you die, you lose everything. Like, everything in my backpack here, like, I drop all of this, and then you drop a lot of your armor too. So it's actually really profitable to kill people. So me and my friends would come here. It's called Mount Sternum. And I'm just going to see if I can survive. I have 44 health potions. Let me see. Can I put that in my hotbar? Use on myself? All this is so different. Okay, so if I click F4, I will use a health potion. Let me eat some food. I think I can brighten it up too. Let me see. Should be a way to brighten up the game. No, that made it way dark. Made it way darker. What do I do? Do I turn it this way? This is not helping at all. Okay, that makes it a little bit lighter. Okay, yeah, so back in the day, like, this is a rope, and there were holes all over the game. Like, you could be in a cave somewhere, and you could fall into a hole or go into a hole, like, voluntarily, and if you didn't have a rope, and if that hole needed a rope, you were stuck. There was nothing anybody could do for you. I would get stuck in places and down holes for like days, like real life days. And you would have to go on the game chat, which should be here. You'd have to like go on the world chat and like beg somebody to travel out of their way to come and give you a rope so you could get out of the hole. And a lot of that's changed now. Like everything has ladders and they've made it so easy. These things were crazy back in the day. It seemed like I think I can kill one. Yeah, it was just such a hardcore game. It was so hardcore. Yeah, I'm not having much of a problem with this. Okay. Alright. It was crazy. I remember one of my best friends played this game, and he was kind of new. And he had spent like a week getting level, I think like 18 or something, which is a huge achievement even for a week in this game. Back in the day, like it was so difficult to gain levels. Even to get to level 20 was probably like a month sometimes, of just kind of like casually playing. So this guy's like level 18. He gets stuck in a hole at a troll cave, and apparently he was running from another player who was killing him. So he runs in this hole and he hides, and the player doesn't find him. So I'm gone all day, and he's like messaging me and trying to get a hold of me in real life. And he's like, dude, get on Tibia. Like, you gotta rope me out of this hole. I've been stuck here all day. So I finally get around to it. And like, he's so anxious to play and everything. And I think that night I got on, and I found, got a rope, which, they were even hard to find, like ropes. They were kind of expensive. And I got a rope, and I finally went to him. And, it was very common to accidentally click on somebody and begin attacking them. And when I found him, he had no health. Like that Cyclops, like dark red health, probably like 3 hit points. And I guess this troll had kept spawning and would hit him a lot. So he had no health, and I finally go down into the cave, and I'm about to give him the rope, and I accidentally clicked on him, and I killed him. And he lost like a level and a half from that, and that was pretty funny. I have never played Tibia, but I did play a lot of Ultima Online. By the looks, they have similar flavor, particularly the free PvP. Tibia actually was based a lot off of Ultima Online, and most people don't catch that, the similarity. But even the spells, like you have to type out like I think all the spells have changed, but you would have to type out the spells, and they were a lot like Ultima Online. Even a lot of the graphics in the game, which have changed, but oh look, it's spell book, so now I can see the spells. Back in the day, a lot of the graphics look like Ultima Online too. Okay, so this is, I only have one spell, and to cast a spell, you have to literally type it out. So Exura in for Ico heals me, which I think now. Oh, okay, there's like hot buttons now. Okay, so yeah, you used to have to type that out. My character's a knight, by the way. You can own a house in this game, which is another thing that's really cool. Which is actually very neat. I would always, because I was a kid and I was a jerk to everybody. And, like, I would get hated on servers and stuff, but I would try to gain people's trust, and they would let me in their house, and you could literally just steal everything that they owned. Which is not nice, by the way, but I used to do that. There's this one guy, he was a guild leader, and he kicked me out of his guild. So I spent, I think, 6 hours on the game collecting every little piece of trash that I could find in the game. So I'd find like these swords, I would find bones. Hey, see you, man. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining the stream. I'd find like these bones, I'd find the swords, I mean, just trash. And I threw all of that trash into his house through his window on all of his items, which if there's like an item on another item, so you have this meat, but if I throw this on top of it, well, I have to move this to get to the meat. So through his windows, I threw hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of items on some of his most valuable items in his house. So he said it took, cause like I'm friends with him now, but he made me so mad that I did that for like 6 hours. He said it took 45 minutes to just one at a time move every single item out of his house that I threw in. So yeah, I was kind of a jerk. I was kind of a jerk. Some more bats, cyclops. So I'm trying to get to like this undead. You know, if you keep going, there's a place where you get a lot of gold, and it's all undead. There's skeletons and galls and everything. Oh look, I'm level 31. Level 31. I don't got time for you, Cyclops. I'm on a mission. Hey, Black Shadow Games, thanks for joining us. So there's some worms. Looks like spaghetti also. Okay, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I died here so many times back in the day. I would die here all the time, but the thing is, it's such a great place to get experience, and it's a great place to get money. Like, I would come here, I'd gain 2 levels, and I'd probably get about 4K worth of gold. But there were always PKers here. Like, always somebody was here that was ready to kill you. So it was such a risk, and I just never learned my lesson. I'd always come here, and I'd die. So there's a torch. I can put that, yeah, there we go. Can kind of light it up. Yeah, it's just TIBIA. So, it's funny, I think I started playing this game when I was 13, so 2003. So that's how long I've been on and off this game. I'm 20, I'll be 28 this year. And I used to get so consumed in this game. And then we only had one computer, so like the whole family would have to wait for me to get off to do anything. I remember my parents thinking, like, for whatever reason, we always have viruses on our computer, and they somehow linked that to TIBIA. So I think for quite a like there's a dead body, so that's a skeleton of another player. For quite a while, my parents literally thought that TIBIA gave the entire computer a virus, so I would have to beg my parents like to let me play the game because they thought it was a virus. I think I actually cried. I was like 13. I want to play TIBIA. It's the only thing I have in life. That and my PlayStation 2. Okay, so shovels are cool too. I was explaining ropes earlier. And you need ropes. Okay, so over here. Yeah, I better keep that. I better take the shovel too. Oh, I have a shovel. So like this was the hole I was talking about earlier. So again, back in the day, if you fell into a hole, a lot of times there's no other way out. So you would get stuck, and you would have to wait for days sometimes, or hours for somebody to come rescue you. But you just right-click on the rope and click on this little doll spot, and that'll take you up. So I think there's other ways to get out of here now. I think most places they've provided an alternative way to get out. You just gotta look for it. But, yeah. Let's kill all these. Let's see. You have a whole bunch of different skills. You have magic level. I think based off your magic level and your player's level determines if you can actually cast different spells. And back when I played, I think like even knights could cast a lot of the spells that like sorcerers and druids would be able to use. I think that's really hard to do now. They don't really let you do that. I think magic level also determines if you can use certain magic items. There's also fist fighting. So you could completely get rid of your weapons and actually do a ton of damage just with no weapon at all. Club fighting, sword fighting, which I'm pretty sufficient in that. 72. It's pretty good. And you have to basically train your different skills. So you train by using it, like kind of what I'm doing now, or by hitting other players. So they would do like training parties where, yeah, in UO, the tank mage was the build everyone went for. Man, I wish I would have really got into Ultima Online. I played it for about a month. Or no, I played it for 15 days for my free trial when I was a teenager. And my parents wouldn't use their credit card to let me get a subscription. And I was so bummed because I had so much fun on that game. I think all I did was like farm cotton for like 15 days straight. And I had a blast doing it. Played armor and magic. Yeah. That's like something I actually feel bad that I never got to really experience the glory days of Ultima Online, because I hear all about it, and I know I would have loved it, because this game is so similar to that, or it was. So as I was saying, like, to train your skills, you would have to like hit other players, and so you would like take a bunch of food or items to heal you, and you would just hit each other for hours. Oh my gosh. It was the best thing in the world. You'd do these, we'd call them training parties, where there'd be about 15 players, and we're just all hitting each other, and we'd just kind of go like kind of AFK, but we'd kind of talk to each other. And the best place to do it was by the water, because you could fish and get food and regain your health. And you'd use like a sword or like a knife if you're training your sword skill that barely does any damage. You've unlocked details for the creature skeleton? Okay. That must be new. But anyway, your sword skill would go up. But now I think you can do it all offline. Like if you pay the monthly subscription for the game, there's something called offline training that will train your skills for you. Oh, man. Okay, I'm gonna go back into town. This is all I need to re-experience is Mount Sternum. Oh man, I just have so many memories of this place though. Like besides me coming in and getting XP and trying not to die, me and my friends would come here all the time just to chase noobs around and kill them, and it was such a good time. And then there's cave bots everywhere. Everybody in this game cave bots. I think that's still a problem. Oh, look at this. I don't know where I'm at. I think I'm on the other side of the lake. So there's people like AFK, but they're getting experience. And you would kill those guys, and you'd get all their gold. And it was just amazing. Minotaur Archer. Wolf. So yeah, for my MMO, I'm actually drawing a lot of inspiration from this game, just because it meant so much to me. And I loved, back in the day, what I loved about this game was just the openness. Like, kind of like what Pewdiepies said, the flaws are kind of what made this game great. And you could just exploit the crap out of so many different things. And I just would really love to create that feeling again for my MMO. Get some whatever those were, berries. It's kind of like a little sandbox world. Players can either help each other for the greater good, or you know, be the most hated person on the server. WoW almost was like that for a time. Like you could actually do things that would get you hated, or there were things you could do that would like get you loved. Like there was kind of community there. Like, there were on TIBIA, there were literally villains. Like on my home server, which this isn't it. This is actually a classic server, like a classic PvP server. There's this dude called Freaky Thug, and everybody knew him, and everybody hated him. And he had to live his Tibian life within safe zones. Because everybody in the game that was a decent level knew who he was, because he would constantly harass like their lower level characters, because he knew who their lower level characters were. So whenever he saw them online, he would just go like kill them or harass them or do whatever. So justice was served. He became like the most hated person on the server. Even I chased him across almost the entire map of this game. I was a guild leader for a time. I had 15 other people chasing him across the map, and he realized we couldn't kill him because just his class, and he was really good at healing himself. He realized we couldn't kill him by ourselves, or at least we had to trap him some way, and kind of basically if you have enough mana potions, you can be unkillable. Same with health potions. So unless we trapped him to where he couldn't go back into a store or a save zone to get more mana potions, he knew we couldn't kill him. So he would taunt us. He would like run out of a safe zone, run all around the city. Like, oh, that was so terrible. But it just got to where it's kind of funny. Oh, wow, I was here a long time ago. Last time I was here was probably about 14. This is like a dwarf mine. But yeah, his name was Freaky Thug. My first encounter with him was actually when I was new to the server. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know anybody. And he trapped my character, my knight, with his friend Chronix Blazin, and they both killed me. So I hated him then, and then I found out he's the most hated guy in the server. Okay, so this Rebel of Rocks, you can actually, I think, use a shovel on it. Yeah, and you can go down the hole, so that's what shovels are useful for, and I can use a rep to go back up. And then it actually opens the hole so other people can go down. And that was way more of a thing, again, back when I played as a kid. Like, you couldn't leave without a shovel and a rope. You were just asking for trouble. But now, this game's so easy. It is so easy. I don't know how to get out of here. I'm trying to get back to town or something. Alright. I can go through here. I was such a jerk on this game, though, when I was a kid. I was just not a nice guy. I encourage you to go watch the video of PewDiePie, though. Oh, nice, a bridge. I put it in the link of this live stream. He talks about how this game made him a man. I would, there was an island that you would start the game out in, and you'd be on that island until you were level 8, and then you would choose a vocation. I think it's still a little bit like that. I think it's a different island. No, I'm not even going to mess with these dwarfs. I'm kind of interested in what's down here, though. I'm not going to mess with you, rotworms. But on this island, you know, everyone's a noob. Most people are noobs. They don't know what they're doing. So I would exploit that, because gold was really hard to get. Good items were really hard to get. Not so today, but back then, good items were so hard to get. So it was very common for people to scam each other. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. So it was very common for people to, like, scam each other and do, like, really mean things to kill people to get their items. So this is funny, because this is what I would do. This vial should be poison. Oh no, beaver bait. Okay, that's new. Can I dump it out? Can I drink it? Can I pour it on something? I took it. Okay, anyway. Wait, I have this. Can I do this? No, you can't. Oh, I think you can't even do it anymore. Okay, so this is what I do. I would take a vial, which back then they weren't colored. They were all just kind of one color. So you didn't really know what was in the vial unless you right-clicked on it and click look, and then it would tell you in the chat what was actually in the vial. So what I would do is find, like, these new players, and they had really low health. And to get health, to get your health back, I can't use that. To get your health back in the game was really, it was time consuming. Like, you had to eat things and then wait for like 15 minutes, and then you'd slowly regain hit points, especially in the noob island, because it's not like there were healing spells, and there weren't any, like, even potions were really rare and hard to get. So I would find these noobs, they had like no health. This is really mean. But I would take them to the downstairs, like it was like a trading room. I would take them, I was like, hey man, come with me, I'm going to heal you up. And then they would just follow me blindly. And I would give them a vial that was full of poison. And again, they couldn't tell what was in there unless they right-clicked and clicked look. So I'd give them a vial that was full of poison. I would just explain to them how to drink things, because most people didn't even know how to drink stuff in the game. So I'd just be like, yeah man, you just click right, you just right-click, click use, and then click on click on yourself. And they would do that, and then you would see over their player, they would go, ugh. And as soon as you saw that, then that meant that they were poisoned, and they would slowly die. And because I'd take them to this training room, I would get behind them, and I'd put like a chair behind me so they couldn't push me out of the way, and I would trap them, and they would just slowly die and drop all their items. And that's how I made a living. And I know that's mean, but it was, you gotta understand Tibia. Like, it's a terrible thing to do to people, but when you realize everybody in Tibia is like that, it's kind of like Rust. Like, the community is so toxic, and you just have to be toxic if you want to survive. Like, no one wants to be that person on Rust, but everybody is that person on Rust. Same with DayZ. There's a hilarious video I saw the other day on DayZ. This guy was giving people jammed guns. At first he was befriending them and like making the player think that he trusted them. And then he would give them a gun, but he'd purposely put ammunition in it that was jammed. So you'd give him the gun and he'd be like, oh man, I didn't mean to give you that gun. It has some ammo in it. Could I please have it back? And then the people would like try to shoot him, but it was jammed, and then he'd pull out a real gun and shoot him. Actually, no, he would lecture them. He would lecture them on why they shouldn't kill people that are being nice to them. Oh, this is the infamous dwarf bridge. So you used to be able to see down there. I wonder why that's all dark now. So back in the day, people would lure, if you go all the way south, there are giant spiders. And people would lure giant spiders to this area right here. Because if I go north, there are 2 different cities there. There's Carlin, and there is some other city that I can never pronounce. And if I go south, then I'm going to hit Tyus. And then if I go to the right here, which is, what, east? Then I'm going to go to Vaynor. So this is kind of like a nice little intersection to go to all kinds of different cities. No, south is Vaynor. But there are also giant spiders if you keep going way south. So people would lure giant spiders here. And so, like, noobs who would have to... You have to walk to the different cities. So it would be like kind of a 10-15 minute walk. And especially if you're doing a trade, you would have to take like all the gold, or you'd have to take like the really expensive items. You would have to walk that to another city to trade with the players. So people would get clever. They'd lure the giant spiders here. They'd wait up here, which you used to be able to see down there. I don't know why that's all black now, but you used to be able to see on the bottom floor. They would just wait here, and a player would come to walk up to kind of cross over the dwarf bridge. And out of nowhere, the giant spider would come and kill them. And they would jump down, drag the players' bodies back up to the bridge, and they'd take all their items, or all their gold. That was a big thing. So if you ever wanted to travel to another city, it was like the most risky thing. And I think that's what made this game so great. After a half hour being on here, I can finally define why this game meant so much to me and why it was so great. Was because when you left a safe zone, it always felt like an adventure. If you even went to go hunting, like to a place that you can well handle, you can take care, like you can kill all the monsters there. When you went there, it was always an adventure, and you never really truly knew what to expect. You could die on your way from a giant spider that comes out of nowhere. You could die from 2 players that decide to rob you. Used to be this guild that would shut down different bridges and make you pay a toll. So like you might encounter that, and you might not have gold, so they make you like drop your helmet or your sword or something, or they'll kill you. So you could get robbed, you could get murdered, you could die from a giant spider or a cyclops that comes out of nowhere, or you could die from your own curiosity. Like you could say, hey, I wonder what's down that hole, which you have to explore so you can find better items and find better loot and better monsters to kill. So exploring's a big part of the game, but you didn't know if you went down that hole if you were going to get stuck because you didn't have a rope, or if there was like, I remember this one place, all the monsters I could kill. It was just a bunch of orcs, and I was there for about an hour just killing orcs. I finally decided I was going to go south in this cave, which I've never gone south before, and it's like, I knew my limits, and I didn't want to push my limits, because I knew if I went deep in this cave, I didn't know what to expect. So I finally went south in this cave, and there was a monster I'd never seen before, and there's only one of them in this whole region, and it was called a fire devil. So I go down, like killing orcs, just innocent, low-level character, you know, killing orcs. I go south, out of nowhere, my entire screen is filled with flames, and this monster called a fire devil is spewing like all kinds of fire bolts and like runs at me like super fast. He's attacking me. I'm on fire. I died within like 3 seconds. And as much as I hated that, because I lost all that whole hour of grinding, I lost all my loot, and then I lost like even more time of like 3 hours worth of experience. As much as I hated that, that's what made this game exciting. Because you didn't know, when I leave town, I have no idea what's going to happen. It was always an adventure, and that's what always kept you coming back for more. It was just thrilling. And then the political things in the game, you could tick a whole guild off, and you could be hunted by the whole guild. You could tick a guild off on another server, and they would transfer characters over to your server to kill you. Like if you were on the forums and you trolled somebody, they would do stuff like that. So I think that's what I want to replicate in my MMO. that sense of adventure. Tibia was frustrating. I don't know if a game like this could survive in 2018 with how players are today. I used to own this house, by the way. Can't get in it now. Someone else owns it. I remember I owned this house. It's actually a guild hall, and I was a guild leader. And let's go over there. One day I wake up, and in real life, and I log on Tibia, and there's this window. I don't think you can do this anymore. I'm pretty sure you can't. No, you can't. You used to be able to throw items through windows. You can't do that anymore because, man, they ruined this game. I'm telling you. You used to be able to just throw things in people's windows. You could trash their their place, so people could close their windows, so you couldn't do that. But one day I wake up, I come downstairs, and in this window, in this room, was laying the most expensive, one of the most expensive items in the game. It was called Boots of Haste. They were boots that made you walk faster. It was like one of the most expensive items in the game. I wake up, I log in. There are the Boots of Haste laying there. And there it's this lonely man looking in the window just like this. And he sees me and he's begging me. He says, "Those are my boots. Please throw them back." I don't know how he did it. He somehow threw his boots in through my window, the most expensive boots in the game. And he begged me, like he's just longingly looking at his boots because he can't get in my house. And I did not give them back. And he literally spammed my screen for an entire day in personal messages, like in Brazil, like he was Brazilian, so it was in another language. And yeah, that stuff like that happened. Of course, you know, you take people off like that, they get high level later, and people get payback. I've leveled characters to get to a high level just to get payback of my own. I also own this house, and this was my favorite house in the game. I miss it so much. I need it back in my life. Because it was right next to the depot, which this is where the bank is. You can buy letters to send to other players, and you can store all your items in here. Wow, that's so different. You used to be able to see like the bottom floors like that. That's really annoying. Because you'd be able to see down there. Now it's all black. Oh yeah, so I can open this. Probably have a lot of items in here. Yeah, I have all kinds of stuff. I played this character a lot. Even though he's only level 30. I don't know what this is. Oh yeah, I think I had items everywhere. I think some of them are gone. Now there's like a marketplace, so you used to have to meet up in the game to make trades. Now you can just, there's like an auction house now. Benjamin. This is, you can actually buy these parcels, or these packages, and you can send players things through their depot. And this is the bank. Yeah, man, I can't wait to see it either. I'm really excited about the MMO. So, what's my balance? How much gold do I have? I have 19,000 gold. Yeah, right now I'm working on monsters in the game. So I want to make a devlog soon. I just don't want to spam YouTube with devlogs. I want to make other videos. So I actually have two videos scheduled to be uploaded on Friday and another one on Saturday. It's Game Maker Studio 2 Basics. I'm basically redoing the entire tutorial series on Game Maker, but for Game Maker Studio 2. So the series that basically is the most popular thing on my channel, I'm redoing it. So that way it will age well. You know, it's for 2018, Game Maker Studio 2. So those will be up Friday and Saturday, and I'm kind of annoyed even uploading those because most people subscribed. They want more intermediate stuff, so I'm trying to blend that into. Yeah, it's gonna be good, but it's just like basics. So it's literally explaining like what a sprite is, or what an object is, or what a room is, and stuff. And then the other video is explaining objects and events and actions, like literally basics of Game Maker, like elementary stuff. But I'm gonna try to upload daily on that just to get it done, and it's going to go through a whole thing about, you know, layers and Game Maker 2 and coding in Game Maker, kind of just like my original series, just updated for Game Maker Studio 2. But at the same time, I'm trying to release more intermediate stuff, and I'm probably gonna do a devlog once a month instead of once a week. Until I release a game, or release like the alpha, and then I might make another channel just for the game. Because I don't want to spam YouTube. You know, it's crazy, like, I lose as many subscribers as I gain, and, so, like, I've gained 26 subscribers this week, and I've lost 25. So I'm, like, always losing subscribers, I'm always gaining subscribers. It's really... I've lost 3,000 subscribers since I've came back to YouTube. But I've gained just as many. So, it's kind of weird, but, you know. I do want to post content that people like. Finally, some monsters. Those, yeah, immersion-breaking cows on roofs still deserve to die. It drives me crazy because, like, I want to at least give the illusion that the game is, like, kind of cool and that cows aren't walking on the roofs, but, you know. I'm too used to previous generations of Game Maker to understand the new features. You know what? I was kind of that way, like, for a minute, but after a couple days of using it, oh my goodness, Game Maker Studio 2 made all the right changes. And once you learn them, like, you should watch the video that I made on layers, because that's the main thing that you're going to deal with. But, holy crap, I love all the changes of Game Maker Studio 2. So, see, I just fell down a hole. I didn't even see it. I just fell down. But like I said earlier in the video, there used to be not a ladder here, so you'd get stuck, and someone would have to rope you out. You'd be down there for hours. Game Maker Studio 2 is awesome. I really do enjoy it. But all the right features. Layers are great. It's so much easier than depth. Oh yeah, you can have mounts in this game now. I forgot. I think you can like catch a horse and tame it. But yeah, I'm making monsters. They right now they just follow you around and kind of, well, the sprite will change to your direction. But I have everything there. I just need to put it in the code. Like, I have all the variables ready, you know, for it to do damage and the attack speed, and they'll stand around until you come close to them, then they attack you, and I just need to do it. And then I want to make different types of monsters, so I want like ranged and like some shooting arrows at you and all that good stuff. The only thing I really struggle with are the graphics for all that, because like I want to have the swinging animations and, you know, all that like attack animations. But I think I'm just going to start it just kind of like Tibia. There's no animations, but it happens. I don't want to, but man, I'm terrible with graphics. And it's so time consuming, it's my least favorite part. So for the sake of just getting something done and then go back later and make it look cool, I'll probably just do that. You don't have money for Game Maker Studio 2. I feel like if you bought the previous versions, why not give us the next version? That's an unfair. Yeah, I agree. I paid like $500 for Game Maker Studio 1.x because I got the Master Edition. And I don't regret the purchase because I got so much use. Yeah, that's what I think too. I can get the animations later. I have so much use out of Game Maker Studio 1.x, and I can always still use it, I guess, if I want to make a mobile game, which I never did, which I thought I would. But I wish, I mean, they did give you like a discount, but yeah, they just need to come up with a better thing, I think. I agree. But the sale was kind of nice. I think I got Game Maker Studio 2 for $70, which wasn't bad. Because I just had to bite the bullet. I knew I'm going to need it. Game Maker Studio 1 is not going to be around forever. That's like the new standard. And I knew if I'm going to come back to YouTube, I'm going to have to buy it. And then I was going to like, because I didn't really have the money for it to just like spend like that, especially around Christmas. But I thought like, hey, like I got a YouTube check coming soon. Like I'm almost at $100 after a year. So I'm like, oh, I'll just use my YouTube check. And I'm still at like 90 something, I think. And it doesn't look like I'll be getting that since YouTube is changing their monetization policies, which, oh well, whatever. Yeah, man, just learn it. Learn it. It's good. You'll like the changes. You'll end up liking it. The only thing I don't like about Game Maker Studio 2, I don't like the workspace. I mean, it works. It's they did a good job with it. You can tell they put a lot of work into it, but I like the windows so much better. It was so much easier to navigate. The workspace, it kind of makes coding tedious for me. because it's like I just want to click another window. I don't want to scroll around to find a window that I opened 30 minutes ago. It's not for laptop users. I use my laptop. I code with it on my laptop, but I have a larger screen. But yeah, I don't know. I have a huge monitor for my desktop that I got when I was 16. I had cancer when I was a teenager, so Make-A-Wish bought me an Alienware. Actually, no, it was in 2007, so I was about 17. So I still have the monitor from that Alienware. It works really good. Which is pretty huge. Yeah, it's just a pain in general. Like, they should have just kept it with the Windows. This, I think, is called Greenshore. The town I'm in right now. I think this was kind of like the Goldshire of Tibia. People would come here and hang out. And I remember getting my friend killed. He had a house up here. Yeah, he had a house right here. And he was hunted. Like, basically, the biggest guild in the game was trying to kill him. And he was here. And he couldn't go into his own house because he had recently attacked a player. And I had accidentally said in the world chat where my friend was because somebody, like another friend, was looking for him. So before you knew it, this entire town had about 20 players in it, like coming to his house to kill him. And he tried to escape, and like he's running like through here. I think he made it to here, and all you saw were like all these like arrows and magic, and completely destroyed him in the middle of the town. I don't know if I heard this right. Are you changing your output of devlogs? Yeah, I'm gonna do it to once a month. I think I might still release the ones on the website once a week, and then do a once a month video to recap like the main changes that happened throughout the month. Mainly because I'm losing subscribers, and I think because for a while I did like 8 dev blogs in a row, I lost a ton of people, and it's not a big deal. Like, you know, if people want to subscribe, it doesn't make me upset or anything. But I don't want people to think I'm only doing dev blogs. So I'm trying to keep the content Game Maker. Actually, I'm about to change a lot of the content up. Like I said, I'm going to do Game Maker tutorials and Game Maker videos. But I really want to do videos on game design. And kind of like that guy, I think his name's Mark something. And he does something called the Game Maker's Toolkit. And he has some really amazing videos about game design. But I thought about doing something along those lines, because I've been reading a lot of books on game design and learning it myself, just different strategies and techniques. And I'm thinking a lot of programmers and a lot of people making games in Game Maker, they suffer from like it's kind of like a writer's block sometimes, where they're making their game and they lose inspiration and they lose interest in it, or they don't know where to go with the game. And so I'm hoping to find some kind of video idea that will inspire people. That's kind of what I was trying to do with the Screenshot Saturdays, was to like showcase some other games and maybe give some other people some ideas, but I don't know if that's going to take off or not. So I'm thinking more planned and scripted videos. Yeah, he's awesome. He really is. So I'd like to make the content of the channel, because I really am trying to get back into YouTube. So I'd like it to be more than just Game Maker and more towards video games in general. And that's why I'm live streaming Tibia, PewDiePie's favorite game. But I don't want it to be generic. I don't want it to suck either, you know? Because a lot of people do like gaming channels and they totally suck. Or they don't suck. I'm sorry. They don't suck. Hey man, what's going on? They don't suck. It's just like they're not original. And I'm just kind of want to make something that people will enjoy. And something that I'll enjoy, like later on. I earlier this month I was rewatching my old, like my first videos, which it says they were uploaded in 2015, but they were originally uploaded in 2010 before I left YouTube for a while. And I was watching those. I was cracking up, like my 20-year-old self, and some of the crap I would say on there was ridiculous. Like, I've changed so much that even the way I talk is not like it was back then. It's not politically correct. Alright, back to Thais. Or Thias. Whatever you call this town. Okay, I'm gonna go one other place, and then I think I'm gonna skedaddle. Dude, one video was so disgusting because I was watching it. I saw a video a few days ago where you called the built-in score and health variables gay. Yeah, man. Stuff like that was so stupid. Yeah, and like, I sincerely, like, that's how I talk, so I wasn't trying to be funny. You know, it's like sincerely meant that they were gay. But there was one video that was so disgusting because I was sick, and like every few seconds I was like, all you heard was snot and mucus, and this one guy like commented, and he was like, dude, I almost threw up watching this video. Oh man. Oh man, what does your coding schedule look like, and how often per week? Yeah, man, I don't know what video it was, but it cracked me up. It cracked me up. Mainly the comments. Like, there was that guy. He's like, dude, I almost threw up, and then this other guy was like, this video is disgusting. Oh yeah, but you know, when I made those videos, I wasn't trying to make a big, like, not that this channel is huge, but I wasn't trying. I was just making videos because I was bored. I was just really bored. I didn't think anyone was gonna watch them. So someone asked, what did your coding schedule look like, and how often per week? I don't know if I really have a schedule. It's in spurts of inspiration. Like, I have to have a spurt of energy to code, and you know, I think I code to relax. It's kind of like, you know, I don't know, just kind of wind down and get my mind off the stress of the day or whatever else I'm doing. And so I think it's just kind of totally depends. It's completely random. Sometimes I'll go a whole week and I won't do one line of code, and sometimes I'm coding like every single day for, like, sometimes I'll code 10 hours straight, and it's completely random. It's just based on how I feel, and just random spurts of energy, really. But yeah, but as far as the game, I try, even if I'm not coding, like the game I'm making now, because I want to release it. I actually want to make, you know, I've been doing this since 2005, and I've never released like a game that I'm happy with. So even if I'm not coding on the game, I try to do something. Like, I'll try to work on the dev blog, or I'll try to think up some new features, or I'll even play a game like this, like what I'm doing now, just to get some inspiration or some ideas, or something. I'm always putting some kind of mental energy towards the game. So I'm chipping away at it, and usually code on Sundays. It's been a while. I haven't did any this year yet. Yeah. It's totally random. Like, I think I went a whole 2 years almost without even touching GameMaker, hardly. And I didn't think I'd ever get back into it. And then I started making a private server for actually this game, TIBIA. And I started coding on that, and I was like, oh man, I miss this. Like, I need coding back in my life. And I started a project in GameMaker, and then I got back into it. I never finished the project, though. I have so many unfinished projects. I have like a multiplayer paintball game I never finished, which is an amazing thing. I have RPGs. I have so many unfinished games. But it's like, when you don't code on your project for a while, and if you don't stay on it, it's like you forget some things that you were coding, and it's just hard to go back to, you know? Blobulous. Dude, how do you remember Blobulous? That was so long ago. That was like 2009. That was my first multiplayer online game. That's how I learned networking, was Blobulous. I still remember the prototype of the multiplayer system for that game. Ah, that game was wonderful. Blobulous, and there was a game, a GameMaker game that inspired Blobulous called Build It, and it was on the GameMaker forums, GameMaker community, and had like 50 players on it all the time. Like, it was a multiplayer building game. It was just like Blobulous, but you were just like a circle, and it was so great. It was so good. So I like wanted to make my own version of that. So I made something called Buildtopia, and you were like this robot guy that walked around and you shot blocks out of a gun and you built things just like on Blobulous. And then a company called Buildtopia sent me a cease and desist order over it. So my friend drew a blob, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna call it Blobulous, and so I did. and then the multiplayer, like, never really got a ton of players or anything. But gosh, that was like my life. And then like people were making music for it and drawing art for it. That was fun. That was cool. Actually, I don't think that game was ever fun though. I think that's why the only problem with it wasn't fun. But that was before like Terraria and all that stuff. I run into the same issues only on top of that, on top of a full-time coding job. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to be a project manager at a software company, and I didn't want to look at code when I wasn't when I wasn't at work. I was like, no, thank you. Yeah, that's awesome, man. You have been like you are like one of the original subscribers, bro. Okay, so King Tibianus, this guy, like, if you would swear in front of him, he would drop your health to like 1. So this was always fun to like take people here and trick them into saying a swear word in front of him, and then he'd drop their health to 1, and then you could just like poke them with any one of your weapons and totally kill them. Of course, now this is a safe zone, so you can't do that anymore. But this game was so stupid. This is like the castle of the game, or of the city. I think in one of these boxes, maybe. They give you a little present? Yeah, I got a little mana potion from that. That's neat. So I was talking earlier about a fire devil. And again, why I love this game was because every time you left the town, it was literally an adventure. And the fire devil's down here, actually. Let's go see him. Let's go see if we can find him. Actually, yeah, let's go. I'm just going to run through these guys. I think I'm going to get revenge on the fire devil, and then I'm going to wrap this thing up. So let's go see if I can kill the thing that killed me back in 2004. So if you are watching the stream now and you missed, I was talking about this game. What made it amazing was the fact that it was always an adventure. Whenever you left the town or the safe zone, you never knew what was going to happen. You could get killed by a player, you could get robbed, you could die from your own curiosity, you could die from a monster you've never encountered before that was lured by other players. And I was talking about how one time I was XPing for over an hour, and I died by my own curiosity. Because I was down here, I was killing some orcs, minding my own business, getting some experience, getting some gold, and I went south. Save your childhood memory. Yeah, I'm going to confront the thing that like gave me PTSD. My fear as a child. Okay, so yeah, I was just kind of killing some things down here, some rotworms, some orcs. And then I decided I was going to go south, which, you know, I'd been here for days. Like, I'd come here every day and grind and get some experience points. But the one place I'd never go is south. Not this south. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And finally, one day the curiosity got the better of me, and I knew I shouldn't do it. Like, I knew I was pushing it. And I go south, and I got totally obliterated by a monster that I never saw before. There was only one of them. It was called a fire devil. My whole screen was fire. I died within like 5 seconds. So we're going to go kill him. If I can. I might not be able to. So we're running through these orcs. Yeah, I was just grinding away. Not a lot's changed here. The game's completely changed. But, back in the day, even though I'm level 30, back in the day. Back in my day. Those guys still would have killed me. I think it's right here. I think this was it. I would always, yeah, it was. I would always walk past this and be like, I'm not going down there. That's bad news down there. And I would just like walk past it, you know. And then one day, I thought, you know what? And I remember I walked just like this because I saw that little bit of lava there, and I walked just like this. And I'm like, I'm just gonna see. I'm just gonna see what's here. I'm just gonna see what's here. Can't be nothing that scary. Look, it's just some lava. And there he is. Alright, let's see if I can kill him. Oh my gosh. Oh, really? This guy's a wimp. He dropped a small pitchfork. That looks like a regular fork. Alright, I did it. I did it. I'm gonna throw his body into the lava. Alright. Oh, you can keep going down. See, this is... It's probably like a grand fire devil that's gonna kill me. I did lose some hit points, though. Oh, look, look, look. Look. Oh, this is new. Well, it's not new. I've never been here. Some more orcs. All right, I'm not gonna get into that. It's a salad fork. Yeah, the fire devil dropped a salad fork. I interrupt. Yeah, wasn't that anticlimactic? I'm sorry. I interrupted him in his lunch. Okay, well, let's take it up a notch. I killed the fire devil. I'm still convinced, even back in the day, that would have killed me. At level 31. So let's take it up a notch. We killed a fire devil, so now I gotta know, at level 30. Back in the day, back in my day, you couldn't kill dragons until you were like level 100. So there's a dragon over here, I just know it. So let's go see if I can kill the dragon. Oh my gosh. That was so, like he said, anticlimactic. Like, when I originally went there, in 2004 or whatever, my whole screen was filled with fire. Like, my entire screen was just, like, fire and brimstone and instant death. But again, I was, like, level 14, too, by the way. I was not level 31. Somehow I've never heard about this game, but it reminds me of Ultima Online. We were talking about that earlier. This game was actually heavily inspired by Ultima Online. Like, the graphics used to literally copied Ultima Online. In the spells in the game, like, it was like some kind of Latin, and that's how it is in Tibia as well. Like, you have to actually write out the spell. Like, that's Xura Info Ico is my healing spell. I had only played Ultima Online's 15-day free trial. I got it at, like a Odd Lots or something, or a Big Lots, and I played it for 15 days. I was a teenager, my parents would not renew the subscription. And then later on they thought Tibia was a virus, so I couldn't even play that. So, okay, Beware the Dragon Clawer. Okay, so they gave him a name. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna try to kill a dragon. So let me see. Eat some food. And I have 44 health potions. And if I click F4, it's going to heal me. I've never done this. I have done this on another character, not on the level 30 knight. Alright. This game does not have sound effects, by the way. Now, I know if I can keep at an angle, I might have a chance. Because he, like, has Dragon Breath, which is, like, one of his main attacks. Oh, look at this. They've made this game so easy. Are you kidding? You used to have to be, like, such a high level to even get this far. Yeah, if I can stay at an angle, because he'll look at you, and I know one of his main attacks is, like, a fire breath thing that, like, you know, does something crazy. Look at this, Claw. Oh, shoot. How do you know if he's dead? You'll see his body. Okay, he's running. They can heal themselves too. Oh, snap. That's gonna damage me. That's gonna do damage. If you walk on fire, it damages you. I might die from just walking on the fire. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, I got 977 experience. And I got some dragon ham, which is like the best food in the game. I'm telling you, that would have totally destroyed me in 2004. So, oh, that's what I wanted to. I didn't want to do that. I want to go down here real quick. I want to see what's down here. Oh, this is like another entrance. Cool. So if there is a whole city, this is This game's so awesome. It used to be amazing because there's so many things to discover. Like I said earlier, part of the fun of this game was exploring, but that could get you killed because your own curiosity. If you follow this path, probably about 15 minutes of traveling underground, you will eventually hit a city that's full of minotaurs. It's like a total minotaur city, and it's amazing. So you would go there if you wanted to be like left alone and like gain experience and peace, because there wouldn't be a lot of people there. But it's very, very cool just to run into something like that. I was gonna ask about the sound. How do you know it? Oh yeah, I already read that. So yeah, you can see his body is there. If I had a skinning knife, I could actually skin him, and then like you can do certain things with like dragon skin. I think like make new outfits or something. Alright guys, I confronted my childhood fears, confronted the fire devil, confronted a dragon, and this is Tibia. This is PewDiePie's favorite game of all time. So he says in this video. She has 2 videos on it, and they're both hilarious. Both hilarious. Y'all should recommend a game, kind of along the lines of this. Preferably not like some kind of intense 3D game, but something that I should kind of stream tomorrow, maybe in the afternoon, same time, same place. I've not tried Cuphead yet. It looks frustrating. I kind of want to stay away from it. It seems like addicting and frustrating at the same time, which is the worst kind of video games for me. But if you have a recommendation of a game that I should definitely try, preferably survival, that would be kind of cool. 2D survival. I'd like to give it a shot. Alright, I'm just going to go to someplace safe. That way, if I ever log on in the next 10 years, I won't be in the middle of a freaking cave. Man, I hope when YouTube takes my monetization and partnership, which they're about to do, I hope they don't, you know, take my live streaming. Because I kind of like this. This is kind of fun. I'd like to get on and do some coding. Alright, we're going all the way up. Going all the way up. Because if you close the game, you stay in the game. Like if you were in combat, so I can't just log off. Actually, it won't even let me. I can force close the game. But it'll keep me on, and people can attack me, and things can attack me and kill me. So you have to actually like be in a safe place to log out. Which is rare in games these days. Look at that. All this time I've been on an hour. Look how much experience I've gained. I've gained about what 22% experience for one level. And that's so intense. Alrighty guys, I think I'm hopping off. So thank you all for watching, and I had fun. I hope you had fun. I might get back on tomorrow, play something else. Again, recommend a survival game or something that I can check out. But I think I'll see you guys. Enjoy your day. Keep warm if you are in the wintry climates like myself. It's 10 degrees out today, so I'm trying to stay indoors as much as I can. I have a space heater in my room right now. But yeah, I'll be on the same time. How about 1? It's 3 o'clock now for me, 3 p.m. So I think I'll be on about 1 or 2. So maybe 1:30. Maybe I'll meet you in the middle. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.